Very good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to the first Cloud Arena for this afternoon's game between South Shields and Chorley up for the Cup, FA Cup action this afternoon. It's myself, Pete Tscherewik, joined alongside Ewan Murray. Ewan, a few minutes before the game, a few minutes before the teams head out onto the pitch. What are your thoughts ahead of this one?
I think it'll be the toughest test yet for Andy Priest's side. Obviously, first fixture against these before playing them again away in the league next week. Good test, and the players will be up for it.
Yeah, certainly speaking to Andy Priest in the week on Thursday, the talk was that it doesn't come much tougher than this, and it's a unique situation, isn't it? In the fact that obviously we do have the game here today, and then again the repeat of it next week, and it's a unique one because again Andy Priest. And here come the two teams for this afternoon's game. It's South Shields walked out by captain Robbie Tinkler and Chorley led out by Matt Irwin. Welcome to today's game, the third qualifying round of FA Cup action between the Mariners and the Magpies. Pete Tscherewik joined alongside Ewan Murray. Ewan, we were just discussing it there. A unique situation, 2 games in 2 weeks, possibly, if a replay falls, 3 in a week for the Magpies against the Mariners. As we often do before the game, let's get your thoughts and the prediction ahead of the game.
I think it'll be a toughly fought game today. I'm going to go a 2-1 win for Chorley.
2 will win for you. Well, I'll keep my cards close to my chest. We know after speaking off air what my thoughts are ahead of the game regarding various different things in terms of especially that replay on Tuesday. But as always, we'll keep you posted with the commentary on the game. Andy Priest, as I mentioned previous, he's made 5 changes for his team this afternoon. They include Jack Moore starting at right back. Billy Whitehouse comes in, as well as Milan Lalkovic, and also Luke Summerfield comes in from the start in central midfield after getting a new contract in the middle of this week, and of course George Pratt at the back. One player I wanted to mention to you is Luke Summerfield. I think he's got a big part to play this afternoon.
Yeah, well, I think in particular, I look back to that Curzon Ashton game where he was a standout performer for Chorley on an all-round tough day. Especially against a team like this who are going to probably control possession like South Shields. It's important to have a midfielder in there who can get a foothold on the ball, and that is what Luke can provide for us today.
Yeah, I think for me, Summerfield was Chorley's best player on that day, and I think it's one of those where you've got to look at it in terms of, as I said previous, about the system and how we've changed it a little bit today in terms of more footballers are out there on the pitch, I suppose, from a Chorley point of view. There will be a moment's silence ahead of the game today, so we'll just take a moment's pause just ahead of that. Really well observed minute silence there ahead of the game in memory of Billy Vigor, who sadly passed away recently. Surely playing in their famous black and white stripes this afternoon. Good afternoon, Keith. Hopefully, Mrs. MC enjoys Mrs. Marple. We can get excited and give you a good afternoon of action here on Tyneside. So just a few seconds away from kick-off here. Luke Summerfield's going to get us underway. Referee today is Joe Moss, son of John. And his whistle blows, and we're off and running here at the First Cloud Arena and a first touch of the ball for Adam Blakeman. You think Chorley are going to be looking to get off to a fast start here, or just a case of just trying to ease themselves into the game?
Probably more so the latter, to be honest. Seen that South Shields are the experts this season of just managing out games. So as long as Chorley stick in the game, as long as they can, they've got a good chance.
Look, in terms of that, the fact they are current leaders in the National League North, 16 goals for, 1 conceded. But one thing you did mention is they don't seem to blow teams away. It's very much a case of managing games and winning by 1 or 2 rather than 4, 5s and 6s. Harry Ibbotson putting pressure on Oliver Bainbridge early on, and Shields looking, as you said, Ewan, to take control.
We know Harry Ibbotson will run himself into the ground to try and press the ball.
Yeah, I think it's interesting. Obviously, Andy Priest has gone for Ibbotson today. First shot on target of the game. It's the danger man, Paul Blackett, who we often talk about quite often on our broadcast, the South Shields bingo card, as I like to call it. It's pocket of space from there on the left-hand side inside the D, and then he just hits it low, straight up Matt Irwin.
Yeah, the captain there, Robbie Tinkler, was able to run forward with the ball there. Played a good pass inside to Blackett. Unfortunate for him, though, shot straight at Matt Irwin. Easily saved. Throwing it for Jack Moore just on the halfway line.
And like I say, Blackett's the danger man for me, alongside Scott, of course. Looking in terms of historically, Blackett hasn't got a very good goal-scoring record against Chorley, and I think Andy Priest will certainly be hoping that that doesn't change today in terms of keeping him and Scott at bay. Of course, Scott famously, bit of EFL experience with him, being at Notts County, being at Carlisle, of course, where he was signed from for an undisclosed fee, and part of that team in which Gateshead were promoted in the 2020-2021 season, I think it was, under the reign of Mike Williamson, Ian Watson, of course, and Robbie Tinkler was a part of that squad. So they've got a lot of experience here, mixed with a bit of youth. And like you say, early doors here, what are we, 3 minutes into the game, and Chorley have barely had a kick.
Yeah, it's going as we expect it to be, really. South Shields controlling the play.
Milan Lalkovic looks like he's playing alongside Ibbotson in the sort of 2-4-4-2 formation. Ball played down the line by Kane Sykes, but out of play. And Chorley will have a small reprieve in terms of possession. We'll have a throw over on that far side. Good few Chorley fans behind that goal. Ewan have probably estimate between 50 and 75. A long journey for them. The same again next week, as we've already discussed. Joe Nolan penalised for a foul on
Scott, I think.
Scott. He's just down, actually, and he looks like he's in a bit of pain. Don't know if he's tweaked something there. He's holding what looks between sort of his calf and hamstring. Slowly gets up to his feet, walking a bit gingerly, though.
Looking like it's David Carson stood over this free kick.
We'll do our best as well, of course, to keep you updated on other goals elsewhere as they go in the FA Cup. Free kick taken quickly by David Carson, back to him via Sykes, and again, a quick 1-2 between the two. It's almost like a game of FIFA while you're trying to waste time. Happy to keep possession, be patient, and the ball comes in behind. It's a bit fortuitous into the feet of Blackett. To Sykes. He's a little shimmy and now delivers the cross. Headed up by Summerfield. Blakeman misses it and got to be careful. Gets away with it just about. Hewitt now on the counter, being pulled by Sykes. And for me, that's a yellow card, and he's going to get booked for it as well. Kane Sykes straight into the book, pulls back Hewitt on the counter, and Joe Moss, correct decision for me.
Good direct running that by Craig Hewitt, forces the foul, really. As we say, there's a chance here now for Chorley to get a bit of possession of the ball. Although, looks like Matt Irwin's going to punt this one long. Halfway into the Chorley half.
Any complaints from you on that yellow card, or you think a fair game
No, it's
from
definitely
Joe Moss?
yellow, isn't it? It's one of those tactical fouls which you see more and more.
It's the 5th minute of the game, and I think it's not a case of setting out your stall like that. It's a clear and obvious one. You can't, Hewitt, although it looked like he had a long way to go, probably was the right decision, especially for me. I mean, I called it before he even had his pocket. Irwin, free kick taken, long, all the way up towards Whitehouse. He half wins it, and referee John Moss blows for an offside. So we'll keep you updated on goals elsewhere as they go in the FA Cup. Flash score tends to be a bit temperamental for the FA Cup games, but today, I think because we're in the 3rd qualifying round, they're a bit better. Also games going on in the Premier League. No goals there as yet, as Jasper Sheikh has the ball into Tinkler, and once again Shields looking to play out from the back slowly and patiently. Bainbridge, left-hand side, nicely into Carson, who's looking to drive from midfield. Still going down the left-hand side. Whitehouse tries to put in but can't. Caden Kelly, another dangerous player that Shields have in their ranks, scored a worldie of a goal for Darlington against the Magpies last season, and Chorley trying to go direct a little bit there from Summerfield, and it's into the hands of the goalkeeper, who again looks to get the play underway quickly.
Yeah, I'm not too sure Luke Summerfield and Craig Hewitt were on the same wavelength there.
No, I think he may have arguably just rushed it a little bit. So we'll have a little look in terms of goals as they go elsewhere in the National League North clubs in the FA Cup. Kelly down the left-hand side, 1v1 with Jack Moore. Twists, turns, continues to drive. Kicks it against Jack Moore, and he'll win his side a corner. First corner of the game, it goes to our host, Sal Shields. Eight minutes gone here at the First Cloud Arena. It remains Sal Shields
Kelly
0, Chorley 0.
In swinger.
Better view than me. Comes in from Kelly, I think it was, headed away by Blakeman. And Carson will just recycle and start it again. Crystal Palace has taken the lead against Liverpool. Ismail Assar for Oliver Glasner's side. Here, though, Salshield's pressing again. 2 corners in quick succession for the Mariners, and pressure beginning to build here on Chorley.
Looking as though it's going to be Daniel Dodds on this corner.
The Chorley supporters respond, though, with a few chances of their own. Corner taken short to Sykes. Little back heel, but played in late. One off the training ground, headed away by Pratt. Jenkins is there. Foot comes in by Pratt. It's good bit of old school defending by George Pratt, and he's been caught by Will Jenkins and pulled up to his feet by Luke Summerfield. Chorley, once again, will have possession of the ball.
Really good alert defending that by George Pratt.
He really had to be alive to the task, as you say, Ewan, and Irwin will take the free kick again, long over the top towards Hewitt. He does well to win it, actually. But once more, Sal Shields have possession. Ball over the top towards Blackett, met by Pratt, who then giving it to Blakeman, and one for Ibbotson to try and chase him behind. He's done brilliantly to win the ball, Harry Ibbotson. Put him under pressure and very nearly wins his side of corner, and eventually it's lumped clear away. I think it was Dylan Moore. So he was under Dylan Moore's under a lot of pressure from Ibbotson. It was a bit of a lost cause there, I think. Would it be fair to say, Ewan? He looked like he had it all to do, and he did really well to keep the ball.
That's what Harry Ibbotson does best, is chasing down those lost causes. Makes himself a nuisance for defenders. And Chorley throwing deep into South Shields territory.
Well, you're going to say set piece again on Leo, but it takes a short, plays it to Hewitt. Crossed deep, very deep, and moved clear by Shields. First real touch of the ball for Jack Moore. He gets it all wrong, and it's out for a Shields throw.
Shields still playing out from the back. Blackett's come deep.
Scott first touch to think of the ball for him properly in the 11th minute of the game. Done well to keep him quiet. Here's Morse under a bit of pressure from Ibbotson, and he'll go all the way right to Kane Sykes. Sinclair. Pretty sure when he was at Gateshead, Sinclair played as a fullback, so maybe one of them always matured a bit more with age, just getting towards his latter years of his career, just shifting into that centre half. He's very much a ball playing centre half, though, isn't he? You can see it. He's just happy to get the ball, play it, ping it. Although there, he gets it a bit wrong, and actually, Mark Ellis is forced to intervene. Man City have taken the lead against Burnley. Will it be Erling Haaland, Ewan? Let's ask you that question.
I hope not.
It's Phil Foden. So anybody who captained Erling Haaland will be wondering how long until he does score, if he does. But again, remains goalless here. Blakeman digs out a ball towards Ibbotson, met well by his knee, I think, more than anything else. Morse, again, goes back to his goalkeeper, and South Shields can reset. Kings Lynn have taken the lead in their game.
Still a bit puzzled over the role of Milan Larkovic so far. Sometimes he's very deep and sometimes he's very high. There's no real consistency in his position so far.
Is it maybe a case of he's trying to sort of play the free roll a bit and offer that option on the counter and to work hard? But I think certainly if he's looking to try and press, he's got a serious task on his hands to try and restrict these South Shields players, because they'll just do this, won't they? Stands on the halfway, Tinkler, and he just looks for a pass. He's got one in Morse, and Sykes is out the wide. Kelly comes in through the centre. Jenkins, this is a nice free-flowing move from Shields.
Bainbridge
Into the feet of
down.
Scott. Towards the box, shouts for a hand. Ian Watson just below us, asking the question. Well, we'll remove the explicitives from Ian Watson's mouth, but he's not happy. The fourth official just telling Ian Watson to calm down.
Carson gets the ball on the turn. Ball finds Scott in the middle. Ball ricochets back to Scott.
Puts him under pressure on Summerfield. Still goes.
Save.
What a great save from Matty Irwin. First real test for Matty Irwin, and Scott will be thinking he's going to score. He does really well to turn on Summerfield, and it's a first good stop from Matt Irwin this afternoon.
Throwing's taken quickly, and Scott's on the ball again. Obviously, back to Tinkler. Tinkler, I think, had more touches on the ball than anyone else by a landslide early on. Dylan Morse, long ball looking for Blackett.
Great
Blackett
touch from Paul Blackett, takes it back to Caden Kelly, swings in the cross, headed away by Mark Ellis, and Billy Whitehouse just has to hook it clear.
Morse again bringing it forwards. Blackett's come deep again, tries to play a pass over the top. Hewitt heads it clear.
Oh, give it away, and now's a chance for Chorley on the counter. Ibbotson and Whitehouse. It's a 2-on-3 situation. Ibbotson going alone, holds the ball, has a shot, and goes wide.
I'm not too sure whether Billy Whitehouse's run there has sort of limited Harry Ibs's options. He's run a bit too narrow for me.
I think what we
Whitehouse
have
has
to
got
ask
to
the
come out
question
wide
of Ewan
there.
is Milan Malkovic there was so deep, and then when it comes to join the attack, he's just not there. And I think it was great play by Ibitson, but did he make the right decision is the question. Got now trying to break away free, and he's in the eyes of referee Joe Moss. He's pulled down Luke Summerfield and surely have a free kick. Carl Manier and just having a moment, a couple of South Shields players having a drink and having a word with the assistant manager Carl Manier. It was actually a Manuel Esteve goal, Ewan. So if you do have Foden, then I'm sorry to say it wasn't his goal. FA Cup action. Buxton have taken the lead at Marine as Ibitson under pressure. George Pratt heads it away well, but Caden Kelly hits the ball against the arm of against Adam Blakeman, but the South Shield supporters not best pleased. Ian Watson absolutely livid with it, but the ball was just hit straight at Blakeman. His hand was down, his arm was low. He couldn't have done anything about it.
It's more ball to hand than hand to ball, really, isn't it?
It wasn't a handball for me in the slightest. But Ian Watson, again, we can't repeat what he said, but fair to say he's not best pleased. Blackett out wide to Daniel Dodds. Dodds holds onto the ball nicely. Continuing, good build-up again from Shields. Tinkler.
Tinkler seems to have so much time on the ball here.
You've got three Chorley players surrounding him, but he's not going anywhere yet. Carson opens it up to Jenkins. Jenkins out wide to Sykes. Holding onto the ball nicely, quick into Jenkins, almost giving away to Craig Hewitt, but again, Shields giving time to reset. Like to see Martin Smith down below us. He spent a bit of time with Chorley on loan once upon a time. Great player, great person, smudger, and really good on the ball. And so is Robbie Tinkler. Plays it out wide left to Kelly. 1v1 isolating Jack Moore. Just holding it for this moment in time. Jinx it into the box. It goes.
Ross, it's good header by
Pratt was
Pratt.
pushed there by Blackett, and Nolan slips it. South Shields take the lead. Will Jenkins has got the goal for Shields, and it's the perfect start for them. And Ewan, was it coming?
Well, it's been an onslaught of pressure, hasn't it, from South Shields. Ball comes in, it's headed away well by George Pratt, to be fair. I think it falls to the feet of Joe Nolan, who sort of hesitates on the ball, then loses it. Shields recycle it, the ball finds its way to Jenkins, and he makes no mistake with his finish. And Boston Marine has a goal to the good.
Yeah, I think they're good value for the lead. They've really looked to control the play inside this opening 20 minutes. Obviously, the one chance from Scott that was well saved by Irwin. But listen, it's one of those things where the pressure's on. They really were pushing for it, and the ball just drops kindly to Jenkins, doesn't he? And he just puts his foot through it, and South Shields have the lead.
It's an uphill battle though now for Chorley. They're going to have to try and get a foothold in the game overall if they want to get a way back into this. Sykes lofts it up in the air. Mark Ellis wins it. Ibbetson's come back from an offside position, I think.
Ooh.
And the referee has put his flag up. Oh, the assistant referee, I should say, has put his flag up for offside.
Elsewhere in the FA Cup, AFC Telford United have equalised against Evesham United. One of those ties that is classed as the Midlands section. Evesham very much not particularly in the Midlands, but Telford will be happy they're at home. This is again, South Shields, they've controlled the majority of the game so far. I'll have a look at one of the apps that I use in terms of the possession of the game, but if I can. But it's one of those. They've probably had about 75-80% of the ball, haven't they?
Yeah, I'd be
Chorley have
surprised
barely
if it's
had
any
it.
less
Chorley
than
have
that.
barely had a kick. Unfortunately, the app that I usually use doesn't have the stats on there today. Great ball in, first time hit from Blackett. First time cross from Kane Sykes, and Blackett decides, they're in the mood, South Shields, at this moment in time. They really, I think you've used the term phrase before, sniffing blood, and South Shields very much looking at that at the moment and thinking, can we get another one before half time and kill the game off?
Yeah, Blackett's done really well there to connect with it. 'Cause I think the cross took a little nick off Adam Blakewood originally. So to connect with it in that manner is really good. It's a shame for him that he's got flown over.
Goes headed on by Lalkovic, does well given his height. Ibbotson held up and wins a free kick. David Carson complaining that his shirt was pulled, and I think, in fairness, Ibbotson probably took a bit more of it than him. And referee Joe Moss, I think he wants a word with David Carson. We'll just have a look at that. What's going on? All of a sudden, I can hear myself. Can you hear it? I can hear myself. Audio seems to have changed. I'm going to turn myself off anyway. I don't want to hear that. If anybody can let us know if the audio's still fine on your end, it's just changed on our end. Not entirely sure why. We haven't pressed anything or altered anything. I think we might have just lost you in there for a minute. Have a little look, just see if we can alter that. Joe Nolan holds the ball up, plays the ball up over the top towards Larkovic, touches it down, still played it. We've got Ewan back on, so we're okay. I'll just check that. Yeah, we're okay now. Back up and running. Sorry about that. Lalkovic plays the ball down the right hand side to Whitehouse. Chops inside, does really well. Brought down inside the box.
The long ball punted forward here towards Blackett.
Blackett 1v1 against George Pratt. Goes down inside the box. Referee says penalty. South Shields have a spot kick. And 23 minutes into the game, George Pratt has brought down Paul Blackett, and the Mariners have a chance to extend the lead.
Yeah, there's no real complaint from Josh Pratt. In fact, there's no complaint whatsoever, so he knows he's brought him down. It's a genuine attempt for the ball, so we shouldn't see the colour red. Yeah, it's just a yellow card for Josh Pratt. Genuine attempt for the ball. Blackett's done some great striker play there, just getting his body in front, well, in between the man and the ball. Pratt's tried sticking a leg out, and he's just caught the trailing leg of Blackett. And it looks like...
Probably will be Blackett to take the
it looks like it will be Paul
spot
Blackett.
kick. He is the usual taker.
This will be for his 7th goal in all competitions this season.
Manager, he looks calm, he looks composed, he looks confident in his take-up. 24 minutes gone here. And Paul Blackett has the chance. It's Blackett versus Irwin. I mentioned, didn't I, about Blackett's record against Chorley? Well, he might be about to change that. We'll just wait for the referee's whistle, Joe Moss. All goes quiet inside the First Cloud Arena as we wait. Blackett waits, Irwin waits. Referee blows his whistle. Paul Blackett checks his boots, calm, composed. Here he comes. Paul Blackett. Oh, Matt Irwin so close to saving that. It catches his legs. He goes the wrong way, but his legs are down low. But Paul Blackett, eventually, he won't care one jot. And Shields have their second.
Yeah, Blackett sort of places it in the lower middle section of the goal. Ewan dives to his right. His trailing leg gets a touch on the ball, but it still goes over the line. And South Shields, deservedly so, are 2-0 up. Said it'd be a tough task trying to get back for Chorley from being 1-0 down. It's even harder now that they're 2-0 down. Foul there by John Nolan on
Antoine
Cedric Scott.
Semenyo has scored for Bournemouth in their away trip to Leeds. And surely, Ewan, 26 minutes on the clock, they've got it all to do.
Yeah, it's probably the worst possible start, being
I think
2-0
if you have to
down
blame
against a
anyone,
team
you
like
have to blame
this.
James, who sat next to us. His first game with us this afternoon. Yeah, a bit of echo, Derek. It's probably because we sat next to each other, unfortunately. There's nothing that we can really do about that. It's quite an isolated place to sit. What I can say is at the moment we are looking into some new equipment. So hopefully over the coming weeks we will have some new microphones with us to be able to improve a bit of the coverage. But for now, again, appreciate your patience and sit tight. Again, South Shields trying to dig in behind on the counter, and Mark Ellis has to step in to deny it. Laukovic has the ball here for Chorley. Oh, and he tried to slip in Ibbotson. Not sure if he was offside. Did you have a better view than me for that?
No, I think he was just onside. I believe Dylan Moss was playing him on, but it's a good interception by Oliver Bainbridge to prevent potential Chorley counter-attack. Bainbridge again on the left-hand side. Dobbs. Was about to Tinkler on halfway. South Shields content now, just keeping the ball. Being 2 goals to the good. Blackett comes deep. It's a good give and go from Blackett.
Has a shot cleared away by Moore.
Sinclair, good switching of play towards Kelly. Ball goes underneath his foot though, and it's a throw in for Chorley. Balls with George Pratty. It's a Blakeman. Long ball from
Long and looks
Blakeman.
for the surging run of Joe Nolan. He can't get a touch on it. It's easy for Dylan Morse. He goes back to his goalkeeper, and he looked like he was going to play it long, and he's actually dummied his own player in a certain way there and gifted away a free throw in for Chorley. And they decide to take it quickly. Blakeman finds Craig Hewitt.
Hewitt wins the corner. Blakeman over the corner. It's towards the back post. It's cleared up in the air by Blackie.
That heads up in the air, scrambled it clear.
It's a throw for Chorley. Taking shot to Whitehouse.
Ian Watson again unhappy. Milan Lalkovic, a bit of frustration from him. Summerfield.
Forced to go back to Mattery. Blakeman. To the feet of Hewitt. To Nolan, back to Blakeman. Clipped up to Ibbotson. Good touchdown.
Good touch from Harry, that. Plays it in towards Hewitt. Does well,
Skill.
beats 1-2. Goes for goal, and again, should he have passed that to Billy Whitehouse? He slapped his hand in frustration, Craig Hewitt. I think he knew that was a chance.
I think he could have drove a bit further forward before having a shot there. I wonder if he thought maybe there was a defender closing in from behind. But yeah, he's rushed his shot and dragged it way wide.
Thirty-one minutes into the game, it's South Shields 2, Chorley 0. Paul Blackett had in the Mariners second from the spot. What a ball that is towards Blackett.
Offside.
That is unbelievable ball, by the way. I know he's offside, but and he takes it so well, Blackett. He's fired into the net. I don't think Matt Irwin tried to save it because it was offside, but what a ball in behind. He just whips it round the back. And
I think it was Will Jenkins with the pass there. Other than a few hiccups, really, we're playing out from the back. South Shields had the ultimate control over this game. Ibbotson wins a throw.
Says Chorley throw, and Chorley will take it quickly again. Blakeman long towards Lalkovic.
Foul by Lalkovic there, though, in the back of Dylan Morse.
And South Shields just content to play the ball out the pick.
Morse bringing it forwards. Sykes ahead of him on the right. Looks like he was shaping up to cross instead. Plays a good pass into Dodds.
Across the face, and again, Daniel Dodds that time, as you say, Ewan, he was looking to try and make things tick for Shields. Hewitt again has to go deep and collect. Blakeman plays the long ball and won really well by Ibbotson.
It's just whenever Harry Ibbotson wins those headers, there's no one nearby to win the second ball for a Chorley.
Southport taking the lead away at Morpeth. Hers and Ashton find themselves in the same position as Chorley, 2-0 down against Chester on the road. Jack Moore's not got that one away clearly.
Bainbridge with the ball.
And he's just beaten Jack Moore, Caden Kelly, and he's decided to book Caden Kelly for simulation, which I thought he had the beating of Moore, but referee Joe Moss says no, it's a yellow card to Caden Kelly.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not too sure whether Caden Kelly's had they go at the referee after that. He seems to have just walked off as if the referee made the correct decision. It's a weird one. We'll leave it at that.
Long ball from Irwin over the top towards Ibbotson. Kedwin Scott, who, in truth, he's been quite quiet, hasn't he, Ewan? But mainly being out in the wide areas that South Shields have pulled the strings. Pull that from Hewitt, he's giving the ball away to Shields, and they can start again once more. Bainbridge down the left-hand side gives the ball away cheaply, and now Chorley a route towards goal. It's Jack Moore down the right, finds Ibbotson. Quick 1-2 with them, so he does well. Under pressure, Jack will do well to win a corner, and he's done just that. Chorley's first corner of the game, 35 minutes into it. And we talked, don't we, about set piece again, how Chorley would love one here.
Yeah, it seems like if there is going to be any route back into the game from Chorley, it's probably going to be from set pieces. Need a good delivery here from Blakeman.
What can Chorley do from this? Blakeman, the in-swing, here it comes. It's deep, it's all the way over. Ellis is waiting, headed away on his far Hewitt. He hits it to Summerfield, and he hopefully doesn't have to go back. Summerfield, a pocket of space for him to enter. Goes for goal, and it bounces into the hands of Jasper Shake.
Shake kicks it
can
quickly.
start again.
Moore manages to get the ball to Hewitt. Hewitt loses the ball. No, he wins it back. And it's taken out there.
Referee says advantage. Ibbotson playing it nicely with Whitehouse. Now Milan, he's out on the left-hand side, goes again Whitehouse. Interchanging attacking play here from Chorley. He's bundled to the floor by Dylan Morse. Nothing in that. Leeds have equalised against Bournemouth. Hewitt,
Jenkins went a bit high, but Hewitt has the ball.
Hewitt does really well. He's beaten the play and thought it was going to be another corner for a second there, but Shields get away with it, and this time they do just clear it quickly. But Ellis has given the ball away.
Flat. Well, at least that's what the South Shield players are saying.
New balls, please, here at the First Cloud Arena.
It seems to stop dead then, the ball, as it bounced. So they were receiving the drop ball.
Shields was given the ball back. It should have been a drop ball for me there. I think Chorley, Ellis was looking to relaunch the attack again. But, no, and Burnley have equalised against Manchester City at the Etihad Stadium. Well, you would have predicted that before a ball was kicked.
Dylan Morse bringing the ball forward here for South Shield. It's a good
ball over the top towards Sykes. If he can keep it in, he does. He's going to... Joe Rodon got the goal for Leeds. Jaden Anthony again. Been in red-hot form for the Claret so far this season. That's his 4th goal of the season already. Kyle Walker has been booked for Burnley as well.
Irwin punts it long.
Headed on by Morse, back to Tinkler, who's been rock solid so far for Shields. Summerfield's got to be careful, sorts his feet out, does really well, but then eventually loses the ball, unfortunately for him. Jack Moore plays it long. Again, Shields, 39 minutes into the game, are looking to try and play the ball out from the back and then transition quickly. That time, though, the ball's then played to Daniel Dodds. Just having another one of these passages of play, aren't they, Ewan, where they're just looking to hold on to the ball and keep possession as much as possible.
Every player for South Shield seems so composed on the ball.
Saying that then, and then the goalkeeper just kicks the ball out of play. It really was the commentator's curse from me there, Ewan. And
Blakeman looking like he's going to try and do his first long throw of the match.
Rats up, Ellis is up. The only playing back is Jack Moore, and surely you've got to be careful here. They've got to remain really switched on. If they give the ball away here, it's an easy attack for Shields, and this is the issue: is the throws comes in. See Blackett trying to peel away. Jenkins is going to try and launch it because Chorley have committed men forward here, and there is a chance here for Shields if they can get it right.
Daniel Dodds on the ball.
Holds it, plays it out to Bainbridge, pocket space for him, goes to Blackett, opens up his body, goes for goal. It's just wide. It was almost like a chance from nothing that from Blackett to get the ball and go for it. I'm surprised that South Shields weren't a bit quicker in how they tried to launch that counter attack.
It was Daniel Dodds who was running down the right-hand side for South Shield. Seemed to slow the attack down by passing it back to Bainbridge. Eventually the ball got worked to Blackett, but shots finished just wide of the goal.
Ibbotson being pulled, and Andy Priest, I can hear him, he's not happy with that.
Tinkler.
Him, Kelly's screaming at them from the back to try and press that ball a bit higher, Chorley, and I think he's got room to argue about it in some ways. Then again, now the ball's played towards Dodds on that right-hand side, but just too central, and Matt Ewan will come and claim it.
Yet again, though, it's well worked by South Shields in midfield. They always seem to have an overload in midfield with the three in there.
Jenkins under pressure from Nolan, who's brought himself forward, surely trying to press here. Three players inside the South Shields box from a Chorley perspective, and again, Lalkovic trying to put Morse under. Does well, though, to get the ball away, and once again, another one of these areas where Shields will try and counter-attack. Scott has the ball. Wide right to Dodds. Heads towards the Chorley penalty area, crosses, and Irwin will just about keep it in. Oh, Chorley, 42 minutes gone here at the first Cloud Arena. It's South Shields 2, Chorley 0. Will Jenkins got the Mariners off to the perfect start after some really good pressure to begin the game, and then Paul Blackett from the spot. Matt Irwin really unlucky not to keep the ball out.
Summerfield tries to turn. Scott's right behind him. Forced to go back to Pratt.
Blakeman has it, holds into Summerfield, goes long first time, headed up well by Hewitt, and Lalkovic was there and plays it out in search of Moore, who was there, but it was a good idea, I think, Ewan, but it was kind of a ball that was in hope more than anything else. And
Moore receives it on the turn, gives it to Ibbotson.
Ibbetson's giving the ball away to Bainbridge.
Jenkins now, pass out wide to Dodds. One-on-one with Blakeman. Blakeman wins the challenge
from
well.
Blakes, yeah. Once again, though, it's that onslaught from Shields where they just keep trying to find that killer ball in behind. George Pratt can't get the ball clear, and this time Hewitt has to come back and try and defend it. Does really well, puts Jenkins on his backside, and Chorley will now try and counter themselves.
No one has a bit of space. Just gives it to Whitehouse. Man
Foul
right
for me on
behind
Billy
him.
Whitehouse, but no real complaints from Whitehouse. Scott has the ball. Behind, Bainbridge is there, flags up.
I mean, for me here, it looks as though Whitehouse and Lalkovic are switching position dynamically throughout the game, but there's always a bit of a void now on the Chorley right wing, where Jack Moore's being forced to run forwards whenever there's an attack, because there's no right winger there. There's an outlet for Harry Ibbotson whenever he wins the ball.
Again, South Shields looking to come forward. Dodds has the ball. Referee, the fourth official, has got the board ready in his hand. With about a minute left to play of the 45 plus stoppage. Bainbridge driving forward from fullback. Gives the ball away, though, and now Chorley maybe one more attack in this opening 45. Nolan being pulled by Jenkins, and referee Moss says free kick. And it
Irwin
goes
kicks it long.
long and
Well kept in
Hewitt.
by Hewitt. But he's offside.
Flag is up against Craig.
Seems harsh, but you shouldn't be offside from a free kick like
No.
that.
I think he protested the decision, but referee not interested. Board is about to go up. 1 added minute here at the end of the first half. 1 minute for Chorley to regroup and hopefully come again stronger in the second half, because at the moment they've got all the work to do in that second 45.
Jenkins, good turn, finds Kelly out
Kelly.
wide.
The flag is up against him. He's absolutely in disbelief that the flag's gone up against him. Caden Kelly, formerly of Manchester City in his youth days.
Must have been a very tight offside, because from where I'm sitting, he looked to be on. Cleared forward by Tinkler. Ellis wins his header, but it's straight to Will Jenkins in midfield for South Shield.
That'll do for the opening 45 here. At the break, it's South Shields 2, Chorley 0. Will Jenkins got the Mariners off to the perfect start, firing in from close range inside the penalty box before Paul Blackett was the man from the spot who beat Matu in just about. That'll do us for the opening 45. So, again, it's South Shields 2, Chorley 0. We'll be back very shortly.